It's your boy Snooker44 back at it again with another gameplay video for you guys. As you guys can see, I'm actually playing a little bit of the Division, and I know, guys, I know it's definitely been a while since I actually put this game in my PlayStation, or definitely even bringing some kind of gameplay or content for you guys. But pretty much what this video is gonna be about is all the changes that have come to the Division, and definitely what I personally think about it, and kind of like a helpful guide if you guys are looking for something different to play, even though things like Titanfall 2 are out and Call of Duty is out, just in case you don't have those and you do have this game and just definitely looking for something different. It's kind of my, like I said, gameplay video that kind of give you like an insight view of someone who hasn't played it in a long time, so you can definitely have a more insight on it of, hey, I do want to play this, let me come back to it. It is collecting dust and things like that, and not someone who may be biased on the game, who may have never played it at all, or who's been playing it since all the updates and things come out. So I'm gonna talk about this 1.4 update that actually came out. I haven't played it since the 1.3 when Underground was actually released. I have it on PS4, even though it came out on PC first and Xbox first, because those are the main market for it. I'm giving you more of the insight from PlayStation 4 view, and like I said, definitely don't want to be biased or nothing like that. All in all, to definitely start with it, guys, I really actually did enjoy the game. It's been a couple months since I came and played, with a lot of things that did bother me personally, as far as like the dark zone, the NPCs being way too strong, the shotgun sniping, and just taking a way too long of a time doing the incursions, even though I only did the first two, I believe, which were, I actually can't think the name of them, but it definitely was the first two. And not to say I didn't enjoy it, but it's more of something that was definitely more time consuming, and you don't want to be there for 2-3 hours just trying to beat something that honestly could be beat in 30 or 40 minutes or less. And not definitely trying to compare it to it, but even doing the new Destiny raid, the Wrath of the Machine, I'm normally running that and completing that within 45 minutes to an hour. So I would expect Incursion just to have something as a side-by-side similarity to it, something in that range, rather than it take 2 or 3 hours to do something like that. Well, without further ado, let me definitely get into it. Now, with these 1.4 features that are now entering the game, I definitely did read through a lot of them. Just to give you a recap on some, they have something that's called World Tier. So that's basically your Tier 1 enemies are level 30. Their gear score rewards on 163. Tier 2 enemies are level 31. They drop gear score that are 182 and unlock challenge mode and incursions. Tier 3 does level 32 enemies and their gear score 204. And a Tier 4, which is the highest tier, or level 33 enemies, which gear score drops all at 229. Now, definitely when I first came back to the game, they revamped a lot of things. So when I actually jumped in, they changed a lot. So my gear score actually dropped before what it was, and it actually dropped down to 197. Now, I wasn't too mad about this or something, because I'm like, hey, I know you guys recalibrated the game. I know you did a lot of changes and things. So let me go in here. I pretty much went in and wiped everything. I went in like the set that I actually already had on, which was a lot of striker gear. Anything that wasn't striker gear, I went ahead and wiped all my old purples, a lot of mods and things, because I wanted to come into the game brand new. I wanted to go ahead and just see what they had more to offer. So I deleted all the extra thing that was in my inventory slot. So the only thing that was filled was like the weapons, the 3 weapons I had, my chest, my harness, and things like that. So basically, I just ran around just getting a feel for the game, kept a lot of random NPCs, didn't do a mission or anything, but just was more running around destroying enemies just to see, hey, these guys really aren't bullet sponges, even though everyone was red. Definitely with the gear score and things like that, I expected, like, to be working on them hourly or for a while, just like it used to be. But definitely I was pleased with it. Then after a while, after I got a little level, I believe I jumped to level gear score 221. So I went ahead and took the initiative and went ahead and joined Tier 4, because Tier 4 gear score recommended is 205 and above. So being 221, I'm like, hey, this is good. So when I actually got in there, a lot of enemies were still red bar, which I thought was pretty cool, but they were still level 33, so you didn't have to worry about still putting so much time and effort into them. So once you actually get into more things like doing missions like the dailies or the challenge mode and things like that, you will gradually see the enemies as you do the missions. The regular mission do have red bar enemies. As you get higher up, as such as doing like hard or even the challenge mode, you will start to see purple enemies, and gradually as you work your way all the way up to heroic and challenge, that's when you definitely see all the yellow bar enemies, definitely with that armor. But even dealing with them and doing the mission, I noticed that, hey, these guys still aren't bullet sponges. You actually are doing damage to them. DPS actually does mean something. And if you guys don't know, personally, I don't go a lot against the DPS. I actually go within my weapon and actually see the base damage with the mods and everything. And right now, playing the game, I actually got an AK-47 that base damage does 18.8k, and pretty much in my standards that's actually pretty good. My secondary weapon, I was fortunate enough to get a first wave M1A that definitely does a good amount of damage. I believe it does 40.3k. I know that may not be the best, but definitely in my eyes, definitely was proud to get it, because even when 1.1 and 1.2 our first wave sniper rifles was definitely something you wanted, and to have it at the gear score 229 was a big fortunate to me. But aside of all that, definitely blending in, getting the damage numbers and the enemies all correct is something that I really was looking forward to when the division came out, because to me personally, that was one of the biggest problems. You having 4 people shoot at one enemy, say one of the big shell guys, or even just a regular shotgun or something, definitely before he comes to you, you don't want to be mowed down immediately, and you're like, hey, I'm spending like 3-4 minutes on this one enemy, and I have 8 or 9 more enemies to go. No one wants to do that, and I'm glad they did listen in the community and actually made those changes within it. Another thing besides the world tier and being able to have better weapons and things like that, they did a lot of skill rebalancing and stat rebalancing. So as you look at it, the first thing that I did notice when I jumped in the game, my skill level seemed to triple, like seemed to like grow threefold. And definitely skill power wasn't my biggest strong point, but it is something I use because I normally run with post and I also run with my med. So definitely having that to regenerate more quickly, and having people be like, hey, I want to use this, whether if you use your grenade launcher, or if you're one of the people that run around ballistic shield, they actually have it where you can use more of those skills more often rather than not have them definitely when you needed them. I haven't got everything down packed as far as like all the gear things. I'm definitely doing more research on that to see what gear set is the best out there or more comfortable for me. So I would also recommend you guys personally, like I said, when 1.2 and 1.3 was out, what I noticed was I always ran with striker because I'm kind of one of those accuracy guys. I kind of was like the mid-range person, so I hit a lot of shots and definitely have that DPS and that base damage build over time as long as you're hitting your enemy. Definitely was a big play to me, and I may actually go back to it, but definitely I'm gonna go see what's out. Another gameplay thing about it that's actually changed, then this would really interest me. As you run around the world, it seems like drops just happen. You don't have to be a named boss or anything, even though those guys are guaranteed. I killed a couple of normal red enemies, and I was just getting like the teal drops. I was getting the gold drops, and I'm like, hey, this is how it's supposed to be. And I know they're kind of taking that step back to definitely have it where everyone can catch up before they move on with their new update with Survivor coming out soon, which I'm really looking forward to. I've been looking forward to that since they actually announced like the year-long DLC. But definitely that is something that I'm glad they took a step back. Like, hey, we do want people to come back. We do want this, that, and the third. So let's take a step back, because they actually lowered the gear score. I don't exactly remember the number that it was, but they lowered it to 229 for everyone to catch up, where everyone can have that chance to play catch up, get your correct weapons, get your correct armor and things like that. It's more of like suiting your needs, and all you really have to worry about is just getting the correct rolls and things on your gun. And a big thing that changes when I'm talking about rolls is that you can actually recalibrate your weapons. Yes, your weapons. So If you don't like the rolls you got on your weapon, but you do like your weapon, you can go to the base of operation and actually go through and see the changes that you can get on the weapon. Personally, I'm still trying to knick-knack with it and definitely find out which rolls are the best to get it. So once again, I recommend you guys, because I personally don't know. It's a lot of people out there that I'm pretty sure. One guy I watch is Like Butter. I'm pretty sure he's immaculate at the game. He plays on PC, so I always look forward to him to know what kind of roles and things like that. So I definitely recommend you guys check him out. All in all, guys, aside from all that little subtle changes as far as like um, going to the ammo crate, being able to refill all your weapon ammo and things like that, definitely, guys. All in all, like I said, being someone who hasn't played it in a while, and I want to say actually a couple months in the Linux, this is the time to definitely get back into the division. Was one of the ones who definitely had high hopes for the games. I bought the gold edition that came with the season pass, and even though they had like a rocky start because I was able to do the campaign and a lot of things really quickly, I felt like this was kind of one of the games that was heading to the dirt, but definitely could be cleaned off and polished and become something extraordinary, because a lot of games aren't like this. This is definitely one of the kind I'm kind of viewing away from shooting zombies or dealing with aliens and things. Just something on a global scale, something that's more realistic, semi-realistic, because some of the things I feel like are really weird. Shooting helicopters, that's still kind of weird to me. But all in all, guys, I definitely do feel like this is the time to definitely make a comeback. Definitely pop it in, do the update, run around, play a couple hours, definitely get a feel for it again and learn how to play and things like that. And I kind of want to put my guarantee, my stamp of approval behind it, that I'm pretty sure you will have a good time. You won't get as angry and things about it as you once would before. A lot of these changes, I'm pretty sure more to come. I didn't go over all the patch notes, but definitely if you guys go to like the Division 1.4 update, or if you pop the game in, you can definitely read through all the notes. I kind of just skimmed through it, a lot of things that I felt were important and things that need to be touched upon. I will make a separate video though about the Dark Zone, because that is something that I feel like they still haven't improved. And even though I was only in there for maybe 2 or 3 hours, the Dark Zone is still one of the areas that I don't feel like is, ready for everyone yet. They haven't found out how to really do the weapon balancing when it comes to player versus player quite yet. It's a little different from, playing another Tom Clancy game where you can shoot someone in the head once or twice and they go down. I feel like they're going to have to take in consideration how they're really going to do the damage per second compared with someone's toughness and things like that. But all in all, like I said, that'll be a separate video. And hopefully in one of their State of the Games, they will touch on that more and definitely see how they're going to work upon that, so PvE and PvE can come in together where you won't have to worry about a lot of these subtle changes and things like that. But all in all, guys, like I said, put my stamp of approval behind it. Definitely try this game again, give it another shot and all. But all in all, guys, definitely hope you enjoyed this gameplay for the Division. I'm going to make another video, like I said, that touched more on it. All in all, guys, if you did like this video, go ahead and leave me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. I do put out daily content for various video games. And I'll catch you guys next time.